This is People of the State of Michigan versus Brandon Freeman, docket number 19-893FH. And Mr. Freeman, you are here today on allegations issued by way of a bench warrant that you're in violation of probation. It says here first that you failed to report as required on October 7 of this year or any time thereafter. And then it also says you failed to attend adult education or GED program. The third one is that you failed to enroll in and attend MRT. And then the fourth one is that you haven't made any payments towards your court assessments since January 15th of this year. And do you understand the allegations against you?
Yes, ma'am.
If they are proven true, it could subject you to a maximum penalty of up to 4 years in prison based on your original conviction. You have the right to an attorney, and we've already gotten Mr. Austin there to represent you, and he's already spoken to you privately. You also have the right to a contested hearing where you could appear by yourself or through your attorney. You could hear the evidence presented against you. You could cross-examine witnesses, and you could present your own evidence. And Mr. Austin, how are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, after speaking with Mr. Freeman, I believe he will be admitting to the violations.
Is that right, Mr. Freeman?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Freeman, as I said, you have the right to a contested hearing. If you plead guilty, you won't have a contested hearing, and you'll be giving up the rights that go along with it. That includes the right to require that these charges be proven, the right to have the witnesses against you appear at the hearing and to be able to cross-examine them, the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the hearing, and also the right to testify yourself at the hearing if you wanted to. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone made any promises to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Anyone used any threats or other kinds of pressure?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in violation of probation?
Yes. With
Okay,
more
so
than a
let's-
valid reason.
Okay, well, let's start with the reporting. Have you not been reporting?
I have been reporting, but the date that it says that is accurate because from that day on, I've been having to prioritize with my money. Like I've been having to make certain sacrifices. I just realized that I have a girl 5 to 6 months pregnant. Like we're just about to find out the gender like next week. And so my phone bill couldn't get paid. I had to pay other things. I had to put, she's eating for two. I gotta put food on the table. We're going 50-50 on everything. So it's like, I had to prioritize and make certain sacrifices. It was not through ill intent. It was not through defiance.
Okay, so is that the reason why you didn't do the GED or MRT program?
The GED and the MRT program is literally because I called the MRT program and they kept telling me that they were closed. I kept calling. The day after T-Sort told me to call, I called and they told me that they were closed due to the pandemic. And,
right, but you do it online, right?
Yes, ma'am. And I did. I did the email thing, and they told me that they needed maintenance on their site or something like, and it wouldn't let me get on the actual Zoom. Like I would get on the link and get on the website, but it wouldn't let me actually talk to anybody. Like I was basically in a chat room by myself.
And
so I kept trying to. I kept trying to call.
Every single time you were supposed to do it?
Excuse me?
Did you try to get on every single time that you were supposed to have an MRT session?
Honestly, no. I tried. It was like almost like bi-weekly though, like every other week or something odd like that. I definitely did try though, more than one attempt to get on there. Okay. And my GED program, I just didn't get a chance to enroll yet. Like I said, I've been scatterbrained. I've been trying to make money for the house. I've been trying to make money for my baby. It's just so much stuff that's been going on. So it's like I've been scatterbrained, and I apologize. So, you know, I never did anything through ill intent or defiance. Like I said, it's literally just life has forced me to make sacrifices, and it just led me to where I am now.
Okay. The court finds the plea is understandingly, voluntarily, and knowingly made. It is supported by the testimony. The plea of guilty is accepted, and Mr. Freeman is found guilty of probation violation. Mr. Teetsort, is there a recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Freeman was put on an 18-month term, and he does still have HYTA status. He has struggled, and I can understand some of the things he's saying, and really, I don't think he specifically cited the pandemic, but early on when he was talking about MRT, I'm sure there was problems about connectivity and whatever that might be, but I think they've ironed out a lot of that. So I think at a certain point he gave up trying to get connected with MRT. And he's also struggled with maybe only being employed for short periods of time, which might explain not making the payments. And he was back, I believe it was February earlier this year, and it was similar type of violations, although at that time I don't believe he'd stopped reporting. It's been a struggle with him on the reporting, whether that was in person prior to the pandemic or even through the FaceTime reporting. It sounds like he was alluding to that his phone was shut off because he couldn't pay the bill, but I think in the past he'd used a girlfriend or somebody else's phone, and if he had access to any other phone where I knew that was the issue, he might not be sitting where he is today. But in order to try to assist with some of these things, I would ask for the court to continue the probation with the HYTA and impose 120 days with curfew monitoring. And lastly, to add in, I don't believe his original order did have for school, but not for holding at least part-time employment. So I'd ask for that to be added, and also for any type of mental health counseling. Thank you, Your Honor. He has credit for 7 days, 5 of which is from his arrest last Thursday.
I'm sorry, say that again. I was writing.
It's 7 days total, and that's 5 from when he was arrested on November 12th, I believe it was.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Austin?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. It sounds like Mr. Freeman has a lot going on and just found himself really overwhelmed with a lot of things going on in his life. But at least he was putting forth some effort and doing something. I think he could benefit from maybe learning how to prioritize things a little differently and organize things a little differently so he doesn't get quite as behind or overwhelmed. But I don't think he was just sitting around flagrantly not doing anything. I do find the recommendation to be appropriate. I would ask the court to continue him as a youthful trainee on a term of probation. I've spoken with Mr. Freeman about the curfew tether. He is not opposed to that. I would ask the court to continue him on YTA probation and to adopt the recommendation. Thank you.
All right, and now Mr. Freeman, anything else you wanted to say?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Draganchuk, Your Honor, you know from the first time that you saw me, you told me that I have potential and this isn't for me. I'm too smart for the jail thing and all of that. Yes, ma'am. And I took that and I ran with it. Hearing that from a complete stranger, let alone a judge, and not even hearing that from your own family and friends, it does something different to you. So I just appreciate you for believing in me, and just know that it's not in vain. It's never in vain, and it's not through, like I said, it's not through ill intent or defiance. I'm just stuck between a hard place and a rock right now, and I'm trying to get out.
Well, I understand you've got a lot of things going on, but, like I said before, you do have the potential to do this. So you've got to sit down and sort of work on how to get things organized. Probation is important. I mean, I know the other things in your life seem more important right now, but probation is important because look what it's done to you. You've lost your liberty for 5 days here because you didn't comply with the conditions of probation. That's no good for you. That's no good for your baby on the way. So, you have to sit down, calm down, put aside the scatterbrain, and, say, I got to make a plan. I've got to make a plan for how I'm going to do this. And if something goes wrong, like you can't get into MRT or your phone gets shut off, contact Mr. Teetsort. He's the one who's helping you through this. He can
Yes, ma'am.
help you. But to not report, he can't help you if you don't report. That only gets you in worse trouble. So one thing he wants to know right now is what address you're going to be at. Do you have a good one?
The same address, right there off Sheridan Road, 71 Nettie. He can come visit me anytime.
Okay, and you're gonna do whatever you need to do as far as reporting to him goes? And I
I will
guess
do whatever it takes.
I assume you're calling in, is that what he's supposed to do?
Yes, I believe that he had a phone where it was FaceTime. Is that right?
Yes,
Brandon?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it can be Zoom, it can be Google Duo, that doesn't matter. But do you still have the same phone number? Is that phone working?
I do have the same phone number, and when I leave today, if I leave today, I should go up there. I should be able to go up there and make a payment towards my bill, and maybe ask my girlfriend if she can help me. But I will definitely go up there, and I will do that. And like you said, it could be through Zoom, video chat. Or I will get on the laptop. I will go find the laptop. Yes, sir.
You have my number still?
Yes, sir. I do. It's in
I
my
don't
phone.
remember if I have your girlfriend's phone number, if that's the next best contact.
Would you like it?
Yeah,
We're like-
again, I'm not sure if I have it, but it will, if that's like a backup number to use, so.
Okay, I don't know if you guys want me to say it on here because we're live
Yeah, I
streaming.
know, because
but-
we're live streaming it, so maybe you
Okay.
can get it to him some other way, but.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Will you check in with Mr. Teetsort within 24 hours of getting out of jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You got my word.
And, you know, don't put barriers in your way for everything that you need to do. Look at it as not why I can't do all these things, but look at it as I can do these things. I just have to figure out a plan and a way to do them. Because, I mean, I can't keep having you back here, Mr. Freeman, on violations where you're doing the same stuff over and over again. I saw you in February, no MRT. And there was a problem with a change of address as well. I can't keep doing this, and I want you to succeed. So
Okay.
stay in touch with Carrie Teetsort and make a plan to get all these things done. In the end, it'll all make you better. It'll make your life better. It'll make you a better dad. So, you know, it's to your benefit, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Your
ma'am.
probation is continued, your YTA status is continued. We're adding 120 days of curfew tether. I had employment on my list, but if it didn't make it in the order, then we'll add at least part-time employment and any mental health referral that you make, Mr. Teetsort. The bench warrant is dismissed and 5 days in jail with credit for 5 days served. Mr. Freeman, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date. It will explain that more on a form that we're going to send to you. But you should just
Okay.
know that if you want to appeal, the 42 days starts from today. Okay, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and you're going to contact...
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready? Okay. All right, you're welcome. You can tell them they're at the jail, you're all set.
Okay. I'm gonna call you in like a couple minutes, T. So I'm gonna call you off my girlfriend's number. I'm gonna give you her number and stuff like that.
Yes, if you're able to do it today, if somehow you're not out until after 5, first thing in the morning. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Austin.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.